Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Derica, and today I have a very exciting life update for you guys. So, I've been away for a little while, and I'm just gonna tell you guys what I've been working on, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I started my own business. It feels so good to finally say that because this is something I've been working on since September of 2020, and I'm finally in the position. I'm ready. I have everything that I need to go ahead and launch my business. So before I tell you guys a little few details about my business, I feel like I just need to give you guys a backstory on what led me to start my own business. So it kind of started back around this time last year. So around March of last year, I was working at a job. I was over there for a little. I have Kobe here. I'm trying to get in my lap. But the job I was working at, I was there for a little under a year. And the whole time I was there, I was just unhappy with the job, and I felt like I was being, treated, mistreated, underpaid, overworked. My hours were terrible, and I just couldn't take it anymore. And it got to the point where I physically, like every day it was time for me to go to work, I would physically get sick. Like I would either get an intense stomach ache and be super nauseous, or I would get like a bad headache to the point where I couldn't even see because the headache was so bad. So March of 2020, I finally decided to walk away. Just let it go. So I left my job the end of March. And when I had left my job, I felt like I was just so traumatized and damaged from working this awful job for so long that I needed a break, like from work altogether. So when I left my job, I told myself that I was going to take 30 days, a full month off from working. Like I wasn't going to update my resume. I wasn't going to apply for any jobs. I was just going to completely just take a break. I needed time to get my head right to before I found me a new job. Well, those 30 days went by super fast. So after the month, so about June, early June of 2020, I updated my resume and I started applying to different jobs, looking for work. And you guys, I never knew it was humanly possible for someone to like apply to at least 40 to 50 jobs and never got contacted for an interview for any job. And it got to a point where I just started to like, it really affected me because I'm like, every job that I've ever had in my life, I applied for. Within 2 to 3 days, I would get contacted for an interview, and every interview I've ever been on, I've immediately got hired on the spot. So when I wasn't even getting contact for interviews for any of these jobs, I was like, okay, what's going on? And it wasn't like I was just applying to just know whatever job. Like I was applying to jobs that I have an educational background in, jobs that I have work experiences in. I'm pretty sure my references and my past employers could speak for themselves. So not being contacted for a job really started affecting me, because especially when people was like, Derica, you've been out of work for so long, and why you're not working? Like, you're an adult, you're a parent, like why don't you get up and go to work every day? And I'm like, shh, hush. And I'm just like I'm doing everything like humanly possible to find a job, but I'm just not getting contacted for a job. And it was a little difficult around that time looking for work because my state, just the pandemic had really just started to hit us and things were going on lockdown. So I couldn't like go up to these places and be like, hey, I want to check on the status of my application. So pretty much everything I was doing online and over the phone, and it was just very difficult. And so after about another like good month or two, and I still couldn't find work, I said, you know what, something's going on. problem. Like, I'm the problem. I need to stop and figure out what is going on, because it's crazy that even like I had got desperate. I started applying to jobs that I knew I was overly qualified for, jobs that I knew that they were just giving out to anybody. Even those jobs I wasn't getting like approved for. So I stepped back again, and this time I just wanted to really focus on myself, work on myself. I had took some time away from social media, some time away from YouTube, which is why I haven't been uploading. And I started just really just trying to focus on what did I want to do? You know, where was I supposed to go? What I'm supposed to do? And after praying and meditating and really just clearing my head, I finally realized that I've always been the type of person to look for what's considered the perfect job. And who doesn't? Everybody wants to work the perfect job with the perfect hours, making the perfect salary, just all, everything. You just want that perfect job. But then I realized that every job I've ever applied for was created by someone else, and it was built up to their level of expectations. So the perfect job for me did not exist. And so I took it as if that meant I was supposed to create my own perfect job for myself. And that's when I decided, August of 2020, that I was going to start my own business. And I was so excited. I was so ready to start my own business. But I didn't know what to do, what my business should be about. Because I feel like I have so many different levels of interest in anything that I put my mind to. Like, if I work at it, like, it will be successful. So I couldn't like zoom in on one little thing that I wanted to focus on for my business. So I started back praying and meditating on it, and I remember I just kept asking, I want a fun, creative, like, work experience. Like, I want my business to be something that's fun and creative, which at the time to me it seemed so weird that I wanted a creative like business idea, because I've always considered myself as someone who did not have much of a creativity side. Like, I'm not good at drawing. I don't like dance or sing or anything like that. So, but it was so important for me to have a creative, some type of creativity in my work area. So, after a while of praying on it for a while, I started to get these little subtle signs. And I remember the first one that I really knew, like, it really spoke to me. It was I was actually scrolling on my phone on Pinterest through recipes, and out of nowhere, like, an ad popped up, and it said, "You love beauty, why not create it?" And I remember looking like, okay, I feel like it's something, this is saying something, but I wasn't quite sure on what it was saying. So I just kept on, going about my business, going about my day, still, asking the universe to, rain some creative, fun business ideas on me. And I was scrolling through recipes again, because that's all I really look at when I'm on Pinterest is recipes. And in the midst of me looking at the recipes, a video popped up, and it was somebody creating their like own all natural cosmetics. And I remember watching the video and thinking to myself, okay, I feel like I can do that. Like, I feel like that would be something that I'll be good at. So I immediately went to YouTube and I started searching up all these different, like, how to start my own cosmetic business, doing a research on everything just related to, being in the cosmetic industry. And once I started like filling my mind with like all these different things related to being in the cosmetic industry, immediately like a light went off in my head, and I instantly got like a vivid description of my business. I immediately received my business name, the color scheme for my business. I received like products that I wanted to make, product names, like the colors of my products, like everything just started immediately popping up into my head to the point like I had to jump up, stop, I ran and grabbed my journal and just started writing it out because I'm like, oh, this is just such a good idea, and I just feel like this is what I'm, supposed to be doing, and I don't want to forget it. So I just started writing everything down. And within a few hours after going down that long rabbit hole, I just stopped and realized this is what I've always wanted to do. Like, it's something that I've always loved since I was a little girl. I've always been obsessed with beauty and makeup. And even when I got my very first job when I was 19, I was in college. I had no bills, no responsibilities. So when I got my very first paycheck, I took all my money out my account, went to Sephora, and literally blew my entire check on makeup products and makeup brushes. And I remember my parents was looking at me like, Derrica, like, why would you do that? Like, you don't even have clothes to wear to class, but you spent all your money on makeup. And I remember at the time thinking like, I mean, it just felt like the right thing to do. So I've always had like a deep love for makeup. And even when I was in high school, I started to feel like I wanted to be a business owner one day, and I wanted to start my own business. And I remember telling everybody, one day I'm gonna be a business owner, and when we would be like signing up for like our elective classes, like your fun classes, most people would sign up for like choir or drama or art or something like that. But me, I've always signed up for business related classes, whether it was something about stock marketing, business management, finances, like just anything business related. And I remember going to my dad in high school and telling him like, this stuff is, for some reason, is really starting to spark an interest in me. And that like became our thing, like business stuff, because I have all sisters. And so my dad was hoping that one of us would be like a little tomboy and be into sports with him and just can relate to stuff that he could relate to. But unfortunately, we were all like girly girls, so he missed out on that. But when I came to him and started telling him about like business and stuff that I was learning in school, like he really, that really like lit a fire in him. And I remember that was the very first time that my dad ever invested in the stock market. And it came around the time I started applying for colleges. And I remember saying, I want to major in business because I want to be my own business owner one day. I want to run a business. And that's what I did. So eventually I went off to college and I was majoring in global business management and marketing. And after about a year, people kept coming to me. They was like, okay, you're in college for business, but what are you going to do with that? What type of business do you want to start? And I remember always saying, I don't know exactly. I just know I want my own business. And people would look at me like, well, that doesn't make sense. And I even had someone tell me before, a couple people, they was like, if you want to start your own business, just start your own business. You don't go to college, a whole 4-year university to get a business degree. And so after a while, it kind of started to, affect me. Well, not affect me, but I started to like really listen to what people were saying. And I felt like I had got to a point in school where I wasn't pushing myself to my full potential. People basically started making me feel like I was kind of wasting time in college because I was just going for a regular business degree. So eventually, after 2 years of college, I ended up changing my major from business to biomedical science. And I remember when I was talking to my advisor, she was like, you changing your major from business basically to medical, like that doesn't even add up. And how do you go from this extreme to that extreme? I was like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm not pushing myself to my full potential, and I just need something that's tougher. And so I changed my major to biomedical science, and I began working in the medical field. And that was a few years ago, and it's crazy because I've realized that the medical field is not for me. I did not enjoy it, and I do not want to go back and ever work in the medical field again. That's just my personal, the way I feel. And it's so crazy that all these years, all this time I've been running away from where I ended up today. And that's being a business owner, having my own business. And so I feel like all my life the signs was like there. Oof. Getting a little emotional for some reason. Okay, I feel like the signs was like always there for me to be a business owner, and I would like try to grab on it, but then it'd be like something that pulled me away. And I'm just so grateful that I'm back here, and I feel like now I know like this is what I've always supposed to be like have done. Like this is my thing. And so when I started working on my business, my excitement has just been so crazy. I've been in like purchasing things for my business since September the 4th of 2020, and it's now about to be April at the end of this week, and I'm finally in the position to launch my very first business. Hey y'all, I had to stop the video for a minute because my emotions was trying to take over. And that's just because I'm so excited. I'm so happy for what I've been working on. And my love for beauty, the passion that I have behind the work that I've been doing these past couple months runs so deep. And that's how I know that I'm on the right path, that I'm now at where I'm supposed to be. It was my dream to always be a business owner, having my own business, and for my business to be related to the beauty and fashion industry. It's always been there, and now I'm here. So with all that being said, I finally can tell you guys a little bit about my business. So if you haven't kind of realized by now, my business is an all-natural cosmetic line. The name of my brand is Essentially Derrica Co, named after me. And basically a little bit about Essentially Derrica Co is to redefine basically what's considered high-end products in the beauty community. And I'm going to do that by creating luxury cosmetics with all natural ingredients and offering them to you guys at a modest price. You know, we're so used to like luxury cosmetics being super expensive, but I've noticed when you pick only the essential ingredients needed to create these products, it really doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. So that's why I decided to, you know, present you guys with Essentially Derrica Co. And I plan on to release all natural cosmetic products. And I've decided to break it up into different phases. And so phase one, I'm going to focus on something that I've always been obsessed with, is lip products. So phase one, we're focusing just on lip care for right now. So that's lip balm, lip glosses, lipsticks, lip scrub. But it is a goal of mine to one day in the near future to be a full-fledged, all-natural cosmetic brand. Because I'm not trying to release too much details right now. I just want to give you guys like to let you know that it's coming, it's on the way. But if you want to stay updated on everything Essentially Derrica Co, we do have a Instagram and a TikTok account at Essentially Derrica Co. I will put it here on the screen. You guys go follow me and stay tuned, because April is literally around the corner, and it's time for Essentially Derrica Co to you know, come out there, to be out there. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I have so many entrepreneur videos coming your way. Also, a little behind the scenes, me creating products.